Hi there. I am a maker based in Korea. I mainly develop portable and easy to use game controllers. I recently made a new controller for the Delta emulator, and I'm making this video to introduce it. I made the controller for Delta even before the Delta emulator was officially listed on the App Store. The controller is called iBoy. For fun design, I made it look like a portable console in the form of a cover that covers the bottom of the iPhone. It got a good response from iPhone users who remember the Game Boy. If any of you viewers have purchased an iBoy, thank you again. I felt like I needed a simpler controller that could play more games, and I've been testing for a long time to make one. This controller is called the iBoy Lite. The iBoy Lite is smaller and lighter, but plays more games. Available for NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, and DS. Can be used on all Delta games except N64. It's very simple to use. Just launch the game you want on Delta. Align the controller with the top row of LR button skins and combine them. That's all there is to using this controller. The iBoy Lite is a touch controller that operates on the Delta skin. I tested the controller primarily in games that require fast and complex inputs. This controller handles everything from simple games to games that require complex inputs. As you can see, Mario can long jump. Can use all his skills, and Twinbee can fly freely in any direction. Why am I saying the obvious? In fact, these obvious actions are not as easy as you might think with a touch controller. The iBoy Lite has to be carefully handcrafted, finding the exact touch points and making sure there is no interference between the points. We determine the touch points, test the game, and if the movement is unnatural or stops, we adjust the points and test again. Although it is a tedious and time-consuming task, it is an inevitable process for reliable and accurate button input. The LR buttons are fixed and work with a light touch. The button detection point has been expanded a little further to the side, making it easier to operate. It is more convenient than touching the screen directly. For example, to operate the L button, you have to stop your character's movement and press the button. This can be annoying depending on the game. However, with a controller, you can operate the button without stopping your character's movement. Normally, it would be better to have the LR buttons on the back. However, this controller was designed with a greater focus on portability. The controller is attached to the back of the iPhone, making it easy to carry anywhere. You can easily carry it with your iPhone when you go out without having to carry a bag or pouch to put the controller in. In fact, this controller was made with the DS in mind. If the DS had not been running on the Delta, this controller might not have been made. The DS has a unique dual screen design, which means the button skins are too concentrated at the bottom. Should I give up the controller to secure the game screen, or give up the screen size for more comfortable control? This is a problem that DES skin makers will have to worry about. In order to adapt the controller to the DS, the controller also had to be smaller. For that reason, the Start and Select buttons were not implemented to further reduce the width. The Start and Select buttons can be used as virtual buttons. While testing the controller on the DS, I came up with another use for the controller. That's vertical shooting games. The RetroArch app lets you play vertical shooters in full size thanks to the short width of the controller. Vertical shooter games are a vicious game that took a lot of my coins when I was young. I invested a lot of coins, but unfortunately I never saw the ending. I once saw someone clear all the stages of Strikers 1945 with one coin at the arcade. It was really shocking, and I still can't forget it. It's a difficult game, but I still like these games. RetroArch allows you to play a wider range of games than the Delta, including classic arcade center games, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, PlayStation Portable, and more. You may already be enjoying these games on your iPhone. Since the screen becomes smaller when playing PSP games in vertical format, I adjusted the aspect ratio in the video options. If you don't feel any discomfort with the modified screen ratio, you can control PSP games with a unique feel using these simple physical buttons. I like PSP racing games. Racing games are easy to control and can be enjoyed by touching the screen. But when physical controls are involved, the fun of the game increases to a level that is incomparable to controlling it by touching the screen. The iBoy Lite also works well with retro rhythm games. This drum game in particular works well with a controller. For those of you who purchase an iBoy Lite, we will provide a separate overlay setup method to enable use of the controller in RetroArch. This is the controller I bought to play Alien Isolation on my iPhone. It works very well and is a great controller. If you like first-person shooters, this is the type of controller you probably already own. However, the hardware feels too big to enjoy retro games. Most retro games are from the 4:3 ratio CRT-TV era, so there is a lot of empty space on the screen. Depending on the game type, a vertical type controller may be better suited to the game. This vertical type controller is meant to be a cart that can efficiently move through the small tunnels of a mine called a retro game, but it does not mean that it can replace this horizontal controller. My little controller was overwhelmed by this Hulk. What I'm trying to say is that this controller that I developed is in a completely different position. Easy and simple retro games require easy and simple controllers. Even on days when you want to go out in light clothing without a bag, this controller can be carried around with your iPhone without any burden. If you are a casual user who likes games but doesn't play them often, you can put the controller in a small pocket in your bag. One day, when you are out and about and suddenly want to play a game, You remember that you have a controller in a small pocket in your bag. The controller you haven't seen in a long time will be happy to greet you. You won't have to worry about the battery dying and making you sad. I always carry my smartphone with me, and I think it's the best portable gaming device. We don't choose whether or not to take our smartphone with us when we go out. All you need is a small and light controller that you can carry around with your smartphone without any burden. This small physical button can control not only Delta, but also many more games using RetroArch app. If you are already comfortable using a handheld game console or controller outdoors, this controller may not make sense. On the other hand, if you are looking for a small, lightweight controller that is easy and comfortable to use, this controller may be the answer. As you can see, the controller is made to fit the size of the official Apple silicone case. The controller guide is equipped with a non-slip pad. It connects smoothly with the silicone case and separates smoothly. When combined, it stays firmly in place without any wobbling. If you are an Apple silicone case user, you only need to purchase the controller. This is the case that comes with the controller. It is for those who don't prefer expensive Apple silicone cases. Cases are very much a matter of personal taste. I can't please everyone, so I focused on convenience. The buttons are easy to press. The frame is made of black TPU material that doesn't discolor, and it's a little thicker than the Apple silicone case, and the back is made of solid PC material. MagSafe even provides a stand function. It's perfect for watching videos at your desired angle. It not only has a standing function, but also functions as a smart ring so you can safely hold your iPhone. Above all, the excellent magnetic force that sticks to the refrigerator is the best advantage. The controller also holds well when combined and is easy to attach and detach. The controller is made in dark gray to better match the black frame. The controller's official price is $36. The official price for the controller and case set is $48. An $8 international shipping fee will be added. This item is shipped from Korea. The controller pre-order discount price is $24. The pre-order discount price for the controller and case set is $35. Users of the official Apple silicone case only need to purchase the controller. There are two Google forms linked in the description box at the bottom of the video. One is the controller order form, and the other is the controller and case set order form. This product is only available for shipping to some countries, and the controller is only available for some iPhones. You can check the details in the order form. The pre-order period runs until April 20th. This pre-order was originally going to be done on my store on Etsy. I was running my Etsy store normally with PayPal payment system. I recently saw a notification window saying that I could use Etsy payment system and applied for Etsy payment system. But my store was forcibly suspended because the documents I had to submit were not correct ID. I submitted an ID officially certified by the Korean government. But it seems like they want something else, and I don't know what it is. I appealed that I wanted to give up on applying for Etsy payment system and run my store again with PayPal payment system that I used before, but I have not received any response at all. Anyway, I wanted to proceed with this pre-order according to the date I planned, and I was forced to proceed directly to the PayPal system. If you support the product I have developed and participate in this pre-order, I will support you so that your outings can be more enjoyable with a reliable product as introduced in the video. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I will try my best to answer them. Thank you.